Hello, my name is Luis Alonso, and for our second assignment for my Speech 101 class, we're supposed to research a career path we either found interesting or a career path we're actually trying to pursue. So for this speech, this right here is my outline. And ever since I was a kid, I was surrounded by sports, either watching it or playing it. Didn't matter what it was, football, basketball, soccer, even sometimes golf. I was doing something in sports. I think this is mainly because my family are sports enthusiasts. That's why I was always around sports. So now that I'm older, I'm trying to figure out what do I want to do with my life? What career path do I want to pursue? And that's when I did some research in what positions are there in sports. That's when I stumbled upon a social media sports manager. The information and the tools I used to talk about this was I got information from Indeed.com and other multiple companies that are either hiring interns or actual positions in the company. In this speech, I'm going to be talking about the history, what they do, and also the pros and cons. So in order to talk about this career, I'm going to talk about the history. And the history, I mean social media. Social media and a social media sports manager, they're the same thing, but a social media sports manager helps a team or an athlete grow. By an athlete, I mean he makes him grow and other teams see him, and then that's when teams want to pursue him and sign him with a deal. With teams, is a little bit different. So with teams, a social media sports manager, they try to get them endorsement deals with other companies, and that's, they make them grow together. So in sports, there are very similar positions, especially with a social media sports manager. I'm going to be talking about the next segment about what position is similar to a social media sports manager, but is actually a bit different. So in order for me or someone else to become a social media sports manager, I will need to get a bachelor's degree, have some experience, and also some recognition. By recognition, I mean like Instagram or like Twitter followers. Some companies look at this, others don't, but it's always something good to have. Also with experience, some companies require you to have 1-2 years. Other companies require 5, so it's all different. So now that we know some history on the profession, I'm going to talk about what they actually do. So like I said earlier, a social media sports manager, they help the athletes grow on social media, or also teams grow on social media. So like I said, when they grow, especially athletes, teams look at them, they contact them, and then eventually, hopefully, they sign them to the sports team. With a social media manager managing a team, when they try to get endorsement deals, the endorsement company, they look at what they post and how they interact with the audience, like the followers, and if they like it, then they will sign a deal. So earlier I was talking about comparing a social media sports manager with other positions. One position that is very similar to it is a social media sports specialist. So they're kind of basically the same thing. The reason why I say this is because they work together and plan out what they want to post. So they can come up with like a quote or like some artwork, a photo artwork, or actually what endorsements they want to pursue. So they come up with ideas, but at the end, the social media sports manager has the same. He picks what they want to put out and what they want to pursue. So now that we know what a social media manager does, I want to talk about the benefits. So the pros and cons. So some pros that I saw was that you get to work at home. Now that, COVID-19, we're in a pandemic and school's at home, I kind of see this as a good thing for me, actually. I see it as a pro, because I feel like if I were to work at home, I would focus more because I'm, in my house. I feel more relaxed than being in like an office space and being, with a bunch of people. I feel like I would feel more relaxed at home and work way better. Some cons that I see was some people might have to travel. Some people don't like traveling. I don't mind it, but some people mind it. Also, the pay. The pay is different for what company you work for. If it's a big company, they pay you more. If it's a little company, they might pay you less. The average is around 55,000. But if you're working with like a big company or like a big athlete, you get paid over 100,000. So, I like social media. I love sports. I think this will be a very good fit for me. And like the old quote says, like, if you work in a job that you love, you will never work a day in your life. Thank you for listening to my speech.